Hey, welcome. It's time for Vickery. Hey, it's a wise word, the voice of generational wisdom. Hey, come on in, sit down. Let's have a visit, okay? I've been waiting on you today. It's been a busy time for me. I'm sure you probably had a busy day yourself. One of the things I did in my past was I was a radio show host for 14 years. And I always had some great guests, man, just from all over the world. And I want to share a story about one of my guests today. Share a story about one of my guests from the past, but I want to do it today. David Rubin. Now, David Rubin kept me up to date on what was going on in Israel and in the Middle East. And about my fourth or fifth year into the show, I read an article about David. And so I made a decision to give him a call, and he agreed to join me. David's an author. He's done tons of things, but I want to share a special story with you today about David. David grew up in New York City. He went to school there. In fact, after graduating, he taught elementary school, he taught secondary school, he taught college. And just while he was working on his doctorate, he started a program of looking into Jewish history, into his heritage. And because of that, he really, really struck a nerve. So at the age of 35 in 1992, he uproots his family from New York and moves to Shiloh, Israel, and settles there, and in just a relatively small village, but he became the mayor of Shiloh. And in about 97 is when he became the mayor. But in 2001, he and his son, Rudy, were on their way back from Jerusalem to Shiloh, a trip of about 30 miles. By the way, Shiloh is in Samaria, which is on the west bank and what we know as the West Bank. And so on that trip, he ran into some terrorists. They were waiting for him, and they started shooting. 52 bullet holes in his car. His son, Rudy, was struck in the back of the neck. It missed his stem cell by 1 millimeter. And David was shot in the leg, and he was gushing blood. And the car stopped. It went dead. And he's turning the ignition. Nothing. But all of a sudden, it started up again. And David and his son, Rudy, were able to escape. But with their injuries, they drove straight to the hospital where they were treated. And by the grace of God, they were saved. Now, the reason I share this story with you, because David could have been, he could have really been filled with anger, mistrust of the Palestinian people who were behind the attack, but he didn't. You know what David Rubin did? David Rubin saw the trauma that his own son had experienced. And he started the Shiloh Israel Children's Home, where he would take in kids from all over. It didn't make any difference if they were Israelis or Palestinians. If they had been through trauma, had experienced bombing, terrorism, all the things that we see going on today along the Gaza Strip. David, and I don't know if he's able to start another hospital, but I do know this: they never have vacancies. They have to wait the trauma experience for those people or those kids who are there, and then move on and start a new life. And they've done a wonderful job with that. And so I think about David Rubin and what he has offered. He could have turned and been bitter. He could have said, I'm not going to have anything to do with the Palestinian people, but he did. Sometimes we have to turn the other cheek. We experience tough situations for ourselves at times, maybe nothing like what David and his son experienced. But we do have some things that happen in our own life. If it was caused by someone else, how do we react? What do we do? I hope that you understand that we have a choice. There is a choice. And I hope if you're in that type of situation, you make the right choice. I'm Lou Vickery, and I want to share a little something different today. I want you to say your smile is your logo, your personality. Well, what do you think that would be? That's your business card. But your reputation and your character is your trademark. And until we meet again, I'm Lou Vickery, author of 24 books. You can check them out at awiseword.life/library. See you again soon.